Hey, thanks for joining me. This is Leon Johnson. I'm one of the business development managers with Greenlight Capital. I just thought I would make a quick video on what I'm seeing some of the most successful referral partners, broker agent partners do, and what's really separating them from some of the other folks that are not really able to get some of their deals across the line. And so I just thought I would share some information, and hopefully it's helpful for the rest of you. So really just kind of breaking it down into three areas that I'm seeing substantial difference in terms of their practice. So the first one is full client interview. So there's a lot of referrals that we're getting where the agent or the broker doesn't have a clear understanding of the client situation. They might have little bits and pieces here and there. So if we don't have a clear understanding of the client situation, there's going to be a lot of back and forth. And one thing that kills deals is time. Time kills deals. So, in order to make sure that you're able to move as fast and efficiently as possible with the deal, you want to make sure that you're grabbing as much information from your client as possible. You want to check all the boxes, and that's basically it. Yeah, we can provide a list of questions that you want to make sure that you're answering with your client to make sure that you're uncovering all the pertinent details from the interview. So essentially, you want to do an in-depth client intake. That doesn't mean it has to be a 20-minute, 30-minute, an hour. It doesn't have to be like that. You just have to make sure you're asking the right questions and getting the right information. I mean, it should probably only take you about 15 minutes to gather all of the details that you need. From that initial conversation. The second one is setting clear expectations. You know, we want to make sure that you're getting all your documentation, you're getting everything that's required to be able to quote the client accurately, in terms of what they can expect, because ultimately, you know that you're going to need several pieces of information. You know, you're going to need an application, you're going to need a credit bureau, you're going to need an appraisal, and you may need some additional financial documents from them. Let them know. Let them know from the beginning that that's what's required in order for them to get an approval. And if they're not ready to put the work in to get those details to you at the beginning, you're going to have to ask the question, how committed is this client to actually seeing this through to the end? Because you don't want to just be dealing with clients that aren't going to be committed in closing deals, because all you're going to do is end up working without getting paid. And I'm sure you're not running a charity, so you want to make sure that you're working with clients that are committed to close. And the way you do that is by setting the expectation: no docs, no talk. It's the old broker phrase, right? No docs, no talk. Meaning, if there is no documentation provided, if you don't have a completed package, you really can't move forward with the file. I get it. You want to get some information from me. What can I give you though? I have no idea what I'm looking at. You want to just send me an application. You want to just send me the Consumer Credit Bureau, which we can't accept. It always has to be a broker pulled credit bureau. It has to be pulled by you. Again, if you're doing all these extra steps, if you're doing things out of order, it's just going to take more time to close the deal. And again, time kills deals. So don't kill your own deals before they have a chance to move forward. Make sure you just set those expectations. Mr. Client, Mr. or Miss Client, I need to have all these documents in order to move forward. Get you some quotes, and I mean that's your job as a broker, is to get to the point where you can get accurate quotes. I'll issue you a letter of intent. I'll issue you an LOI, but you need to provide me all the details that we need in order to assess the client file and then issue you an LOI. So just get me all the documents. Make sure you get all the documents. If not, it's just going to be a lot of little back and forths, and you're not going to know if you're even going to be moving forward with the deal. You want to close a deal. I want to close a deal. We all want your client wants to close a deal. So help them close the deal. Make sure you get all the documents that you need. Get the application. Get the credit bureau. You pull the credit bureau. Get the appraisal done. All of those things, right? So um, and that's really it. Because if I'm seeing the file, that means most likely either you've already done enough underwriting at the beginning to know that they will not close with a or B lender. So that's why I'm seeing the file. So, and then depending on the nature of the file, we may not need an appraisal, but I mean, at least come with something, right? So if you have a purview that you can pull for the file, something, we need some sort of details for the property, and again, in order to make a reasonable assessment of the application. The appraisal will be required at some point, and so you should be able to quote to your client what are the costs associated with this process. What will your fees be? What will our fees be? All those types of things, and that should be done in your initial conversation. There should be no surprises down the road. When the file comes back and there's a fee, there's a lender fee on there, or the broker's charging a fee. There should be no surprises to your client. Let them know in the first interview, right? When you're doing your full client intake, you need to have that discussion. So that way there's no surprises, because surprises will kill your deal. It's not the discussion about a fee that kills your deal. It's surprises. When you start to have surprises in your file, it will kill your deal. So just set the clear expectations from the beginning, and just move forward from there. So having some sort of a guideline that you use, so that and you're consistently doing that each and every time you're having the conversation with the client, is important. Again, just having these little checklists, make sure you're always covering the same things, really will help you move forward with your deals. And then communicate frequently with them. You want to, you want to let them know what your communication cadence is going to be ahead of time, so that again, so they're kept in the loop. You already know when you're going to be sending them updates, and that's really it. Because the last thing you want is your client to go somewhere else because you didn't give them an update, and um, that's really it. So you have a number of clients that are your responsibility. So you want to make sure you're updating them on a regular basis. And that's really it. It's just really these three things that I'm seeing that are really creating the separation. I know it's difficult to get clients, right? Like that's it's difficult to get a client. So when you get a client, you might be skipping some steps because you don't want to push them away. But this is how you actually establish yourself as a professional compared to many of the other folks in the market. A lot of other folks, they're not going to be going through an in-depth client intake. They're just going to ask them, Mr. Client, Miss Client, what is it that you want? And like, okay, well, let me go try to get that for you, and that's it. That's not really the professional service that you can offer. Like professional services, you take in the information, you review it, and then you provide recommendations. You provide your opinion based on your experience, based on your expertise, and then you set clear expectations moving forward based on the information that has been provided. And then you submit to your lender, and then you get some terms back, and then you move forward with the terms, and that's it, right? So if you're once you do that, I feel like you'll be a lot more successful. If you haven't, or if you're not already doing this, and this is really, like I said, this is just for folks that are not, kind of getting to that next level, just starting off, kind of trying to get to that next level. A lot of brokers are doing these things, but I just want to make sure, because I'm noticing that there are some agents that are a little hesitant. It seems like they're a little hesitant to kind of push back or to make any sort of demands or requests of their clients. They're a little bit timid, and they want you to be a little bit demanding, right? They want, because at the end of the day, it shows the confidence that you have in getting the deal done, which is why they're coming to you. So be confident and close more deals.